Sorry, my babes will kill me. So I just want you guys to be appreciative of it. I know it's hard to put in the work. I know it's hard to be consistent for a really long time and not always see the results right away. I know that it's really hard because I was doing it. I was working double shifts and not getting paychecks from here. So I get it. But I'm telling you that when you start running after something that's so much bigger than yourself, nothing's going to get in your way, sis. Nothing, not a double shift, not 4 kids, not 2 kids, not 15 kids, not a boyfriend that doesn't support you or friends that don't support you. There is nothing that is going to stop you. You're on this work with me right now. Show up tomorrow and do more than you did today. And I promise you that if you keep doing that, you will reap the benefits. It's when you give up on yourself. It's when you decide that you're not seeing overnight success, that maybe you're not getting people reaching out and you're like, I'm out, right? Like, I'm done. That's when you lose it all, y'all. People are watching you constantly. They will never tell you that they're watching you because they don't want to do what you're doing, right? They're going to watch and watch and watch, judge you, judge you, judge you. But it's because you are doing what they won't move out of their own goddamn way to do themselves. And they will join you one day. It's just a matter of when they're going to put their pride aside and do that. Okay. So I just want to start off with that. I hope you guys really, I'm telling you guys to appreciate the $5 and $10 paychecks because you will never be able to steward the 500 and the 2,000 and the couple figure paychecks that you're going to be receiving. And I'm saying you're going to be receiving because you will be receiving it. When I hit 12K, I manifested that, y'all. It was no luck. It was no accident. There was no secret anything. It was a matter of I showed up every single day, every single work with me, every single training, right? And I didn't just show up to show up. I showed up and I applied every single thing that those leaders were pouring into me. I never just showed up to a training and didn't apply it, right? I did more every single day than I did the day before. Reels, constantly batching reels. I batch 5 to 10 reels daily, okay? I batch 5 to 10 pictures daily. I am consistent. I am very consistent. You go on my story today, you're going to go on my story and see the same exact thing tomorrow in a different way. I show every part of my life. For somebody who doesn't live right next door to me or in the same house, I walk you through my whole entire life. From the second I wake up to I take my capsules till I go to work, till I get home at night, y'all. Like, people don't want to just see thrive. So don't just put up your capsules and peace out for the day. Show who you are. Let these people into your life. If you're struggling right now, share that because somebody else is struggling too. So there's Red Sam. We're gonna calm down now. So let's go and let's start on Instagram. Actually, no, let's start on Facebook because it's my least fave. So birthday should already be done. You guys should have already done your birthdays, probably in your first round of IPAs this morning. Product should be up on your stories, your 3 steps, whichever products you take throughout the day. And so let's go ahead and start on Facebook stories and we'll interact here for about 5 minutes and then we will hop on over to our feed. Sorry, Holly, I was just reading it. I love your face. And when we're doing interactions, y'all, if you're seeing drivers on there, let's mute them. If you are seeing people that you have nothing to say to them, you're constantly skipping through their stuff, let's move on. Let's get rid of them. Let's make room for new people. And I'm just going to mute myself in case there are people that are talking on my stories. Anyone that missed the beginning of this Zoom, I'm doing an op event live on my Facebook after this work with me. Actually, I scheduled it out until 9 o'clock tonight so that I could be on here with you guys first and then go on over there. So I'm probably gonna like redo my hair a little bit, put it in a better bun maybe, and then I'm gonna go on there. So if you guys have any potentials or anybody that you want to kind of hear about the products, what they do, the opportunity, business and customer side, I'm gonna kind of be going over both. I'm just gonna do a quick little opportunity event, probably no longer than a half hour, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And yeah, so I just wanted to open that up to all of you in case you didn't see it. And for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Samantha Russell. So if you look me up on Facebook or Instagram, you'll be able to find me under there. Facebook, it's Samantha Russell, and that's where I'm doing the live op event tonight. So if you want to tag potentials or anything like that, you can go right ahead and join yourself in there. You're more than welcome. Okay, I just had to read that for 2 minutes. I was like, I was totally reading that wrong. Sorry, love. Go. Sorry, I didn't realize that you just hopped on here. We are on Facebook stories. So if you are brand new, I'll walk you through everything. I thought that everybody on here was not brand new. Usually I walk you through like step by step. So if you go into your Facebook, there's 2 different ways to get to your Facebook stories. I personally go into my Facebook Messenger. You're going to see at the bottom, there's kind of like a chats button and a people button at the bottom. If you click people, it's going to let you view every single person's story that's right there. So you can kind of click in and out of the ones that you want to look at. That's personally what I do. So you're not sitting there like scrolling through. And that's where you can mute Thrivers. There's a button right at the top. You'll see like 3 little dots right at the top. If you click that, it's going to allow you to mute them because you don't want to take this time when you're doing focused IPAs to interact with other Thrivers. So I like to go ahead and mute them and interact with them on another time. And just use this time to kind of interact with people. You don't want to just be, do, hey girl, you're so pretty, or hey, oh my God, so cute. Like if you see a recipe you like, ask them about the recipe. If their kid's doing something and you want to know what they're doing, whatever, you know what I mean? Like be intentional with it. I always think about it before I go. There's a fly, sorry. Before I send something, I try to start a conversation with somebody, right? I always want to say something that's gonna kind of not just have them heart my reply, right? I want them to be able to respond to it so it can kind of spark a conversation, if that makes sense. So I try to do it with intention. So that's what we're doing. We have about 1 or 2 more minutes left and then we're going on our feed. But if you want to take a minute or 2 and do that, you can go ahead. All right, y'all, we're gonna move on over to Facebook feed real quick. Depending on which one's hopping for you. I know at night, my most recent is usually better than it is in the morning. I tend to try to go through my most recent in the morning, and I don't know about y'all, but my people are sharing anytime, girl, anytime. If you have any questions, let me know. You can also private message me and I can help you anytime. What was I saying? Most recent feed. It's not hopping in the morning, y'all. People are sharing memes. They're sharing rude stuff. Like they wake up not with Thrive. I'll tell you that. So I do not go on my most recent feed in the morning. I tend to go on my regular feed. So kind of do whatever works best for your business at this time. If you want to interact for the next 4 or 5 minutes in your most recent, go ahead and do that. If you just want to kind of interact in your regular feed, go ahead and do that. For anybody that's new on here, if you don't know how to get to your most recent, you can go to your Facebook. If you go to your menu, you're going to see a bunch of little tabs right there. It's kind of like friends, groups, marketplace, all this other stuff. It probably looks different on yours, but you'll see most recent. And if you click that, it's going to show you everybody's feed that it, like people that are posting right this second, right now, minutes ago, not 2 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever. So let's go ahead and do what works for you, best for your business for the next 4 minutes. You see me talking to myself, I'm not. I'm talking to my cat. She's needy and she talks. And she sits here and meows at me when I don't stare at her. So she's an attention person. I just didn't want y'all to think I was some weirdo over here talking to myself. If y'all hear my boyfriend, let me know. He's a gamer and he gets really loud and I'm so immune to it that I don't know what his loud is anymore. So if you hear him, let me know because I'll mute myself. Actually, I'm just gonna mute myself because God knows something's gonna come out of his mouth. All right, y'all finish up on there. And then we are going to move on. I'm doing it a little bit quicker than I usually would tonight, only because of my opportunity event. I want to have time to breathe before the other one, and tag my potentials and all that, get my products ready, because I'm going to go through the 3 steps and the business side. I think I'm going to start with products and then end with business. I think that's how I'm going to go into that. It's my first one, actually, so I'm super nervous. It's fine. I was super nervous when I started these too. It's going to be fine. All right. Let's go ahead and for about 3 minutes, we're going to grow our network. You mute Thrivers on Instagram the same way, kind of. So if you're going through your stories, I have to do it. Hold on a second. If you're going through your stories, look, it's yours. If you're going through your stories, see right here, you can literally click the 3 lines at the top, babe, and you're gonna have these options come right up here, and you can click mute, and then it's gonna ask you if you wanna mute their post or mute their posts and stories. So if you kind of like just don't wanna see their stories, but you still wanna see their posts, I mute both personally, because I go and interact with my babes when I want, you know what I mean? I don't do it during my IPA rounds. So Facebook, let's grow our network. If you are brand new, then you probably, Hazel, she's killing me, y'all. She wants to go on her stroller. You're probably right, Holly. She's been sitting in that thing 24 hours a day lately. So let's go ahead and grow our network on Facebook. If you are already in groups, go ahead and interact in there for a little while. If you're brand new and maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about, Facebook groups. So it's kind of harder to grow your network for me personally on Facebook, because you don't have, you know, the discover page and the explore feed, and you can't use hashtags. You can't do it. So with Facebook, I found a lot of luck with my groups. I found a lot of luck with when I connect with somebody, I go to their friends, y'all. If I do not go, I repeat, let me say this on repeat. I do not go to other Thrivers pages and add from there. I also do not add from my people you may know. If you notice, 9 times out of 10, 20 other Thrivers are friends with that same person, okay? So I don't want to go on there and be competing with 20 other Thrivers. Like, I'm not going to do that. Also, I don't want to get up on 9 times out of 10. If you go to my feed anyway, those people are either potentials of mine, I'm already interacting with them, or they're a customer of mine, a potential of mine, whatever. So I'm not going to do that to another Thriver, because it's the same thing. That's not benefiting me. I don't want to go and interact with somebody that a Thriver's been interacting with for the past year. Do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like stay in my own lane there. I don't really like to do that. That's not really my jam. It works for some people, I'm sure, but not for me. So on Facebook, I have really good luck with groups. If I'm vibing with people a lot, I'll go to their friends. I'll go to their posts. I'll see who's interacting with their posts. If there's memes and stuff like that, and it's like an interactive thread, I'll go through there, because then, okay, those people are interactive. They're active on social media. Because you're not always going to add people. Like, you're not just going to see a cat mom and be like, that's my girl. Like, that's my person right there. No, you have no idea. Just because it's a cat mom, or you're a boy mom and they're a boy mom too, doesn't mean that you guys are going to have something in common. But it also doesn't mean that if you're a boy mom and they're a girl mom, that you guys have nothing in common. So don't just assume because somebody is not a cat mom and they're a dog mom, or they're a dog mom and not a cat mom, or whatever, that they're not your people. You know what I mean? People trust people, and you got to vibe with your people, y'all. So I like to find groups that I really like to interact with. If you're new, go ahead and take this time and go and add some groups. Think of your 5s list. You probably already made your 5s list, I'm assuming, hopefully. If not, it's 5 things. Like, if I were to come up to you and ask you what makes you you, I want 5 things. So me personally, cat mom, girlfriend of my best friend. I am the daughter of a deceased parent. I lost my mother. I am an anxiety hell freaking person. I'm anxiety ridden. I am a thrift shopper. So that's kind of like, that's me, right? So I like to search cat mom groups and gaming girlfriend groups, stuff like that. Thrift shopping groups. I like to go into, I'm in a lot of groups with other people that also lost a parent or a loved one, or their mom, especially. I'm in a lot of those groups because those people relate to me. So go ahead and take this time and kind of find your groups. If you're already in groups, Jesus, if you're already in groups, go ahead and interact in there. We have about 2 or 3 more minutes because I've been talking the whole time. But I wanted to make sure I explained it because I know there's new people on here. And if you're finding that you're in all these groups that haven't, I had to kind of take like, probably took me an hour, but I had like 800 groups that were inactive or that had like not posted in 9 years or had nobody posting in there, or had 90 million people in there. Try to stick with groups that are within like, I don't go into any groups that have more than 5,000 people in there, to be quite honest with you, because you're going to get filtered through. You're not going to be able to really interact with people. Like my cat mom groups, y'all, I know all their names, all their like cat names, like we're very tight in there. And that's what you want to do. You want to be in kind of like a tight knit group. You don't want to be competing against 9 million people in one group. So find your niche, find your little fives, who you are, what makes you you, and get into some groups, y'all. Interact. You're going to have to add some groups to find out what groups work for you and what groups don't. She's in the stroller. I also am in this group and I started following it so I'm really into like crime and murder things. And so I'm in a couple different groups for that, y'all. Like get that in depth with it, okay? Like you're gonna find your people. There are other weirdos out there. Like you think you're weird, you think that what you like other people don't like. I promise you there is millions of groups out there for you, okay? So I don't know if y'all ever heard about the documentary on Netflix with I always say her name wrong, but it's Shanann Watts, right? And she was a thriver and her husband murdered her, okay? And she got back from like a retreat and it like shows the whole walkthrough, like the whole documentary. It shows her thrive, like it shows her retreat on Thrive, like it shows the whole thing, right? So I got so sunk into that like I have been following that group all over Facebook, right? Like I have that group on Facebook. I'm watching like the videos, like people go to her house and shit. Like I'm into it, okay? So you gotta find things that you're like, that you may think are like, oh, this is really weird. Like, I don't know. Other people are doing the same goddamn thing. So don't think it's weird. So let's get off Facebook and let's go over to Instagram. And we're going to kind of fly through these because I've already been on here for a half hour. So let's start with Facebook stories. I like to kind of work my way through the back. You can't do what you do on Facebook. So I like to kind of work my way through. I've been stopping at like the middle and working my way back. And then I will go from the middle to the front. So right now, let's go ahead and interact in Instagram stories for about 4 to 5 minutes. And again, mute thrivers, mute anybody that you're not like, don't even mute those people, just get rid of them, because if you're constantly scrolling by them, if you're scrolling by that, give it a day, maybe they just didn't post anything that you like today. But if you're like day 10 and you're like, damn, I've been, posting, like passing by this girl's story every single day, you're not going to talk to her tomorrow either, right? Like you haven't in the past 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. So why are you keeping her as a friend, right? So go ahead, and I use this time to kind of clean up as well. If it doesn't allow me to comment on their story, I will unfollow them. It usually means they're not following you, or they have some weird setting on where they don't want people interacting with them, and that's weird to me. So I usually mute them or unfollow them. All right, y'all, do about one more minute. Oh God, Jesus. And then we're gonna switch over to our feed. Also, while I'm scrolling through my feed, if I'm constantly seeing Thrivers, I mute them. I'm pretty much got them all muted by now, but if you don't, take this time and do that. Get rid of all the people that you don't want to follow, that you have nothing in common with. Maybe their vibe isn't with yours. Maybe they're negative all the time. I don't know. You know what works for you. You know your people, not me. So make sure you're taking this time. I don't really sit there and like mass unfollow or mass add. I kind of unfollow as I'm interacting. And that's just kind of how I personally do it. So let's take about 3 minutes and do some interactions on our Instagram feed. Here. Here, can I use this one? All right, y'all, let's go ahead and grow our network on Instagram for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off because I have about 20 minutes before I need to get on this opportunity event. And Hazel's freaking out, so I need to play with her in between because she is an attention fiend. So, if you're new, then the way I grow my network on Facebook is you can go to your explore feed on there. There is a little search button there. It's going to kind of show you all your people that do the same things as you, use the same hashtags as you, people that you relate to. I've also had a lot of luck with Reels, y'all. I say this until I'm blue in the face because I was the person that ignored it until I was blue in the face, okay? Until I started doing Reels, like my account has blown up, y'all. My inbox has blown up. These people that are talking to me daily is insane. The amount of conversations, my inbox has like 42 unread messages right now. That never happens, okay? It's just people conversating with me, people that are liking Reels that I'm doing. I'm finding genuine people, right? I'm also finding a lot of negative people, right? Like you're gonna come across it, but you need to go on and be yourself. You need to go and have fun with Reels. 1 reel a day, y'all. And if you can't do 1 reel a day, do 3 a week. Linz was talking about that last night, but it's huge, 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 huge. Don't care about what somebody else thinks about you. Don't care how stupid you look. The stupider it is, I found, the better they like it. I don't know why, but it's true. They like funny. They like things that they can relate to. They don't want to see that you're perfect and a pretty little robot all the time and that you look just like the 300 million other girls that you're scrolling on Instagram looking at, okay? It's not about that. It's not about how pretty you are. It's not about how good of a, y'all, I can't wait to post this reel. Y'all are going to laugh at me and I don't care. I literally tried for like 2 hours to do this stupid dance with my hands. Okay. And I cannot do it. And I made a video pretty much making fun of myself, but doing it anyway, right? Like you have to have fun with it. You have to go and do things. I'd make cat videos, but I have found my people through there, y'all. Like my following has gone up, like everything has gone up. So if there is one tip I can give you, if you're somebody that is brand new, start going through Reels, right? Like, yes, Holly, exactly. I was actually making a joke about how I was going to go on there the other day, but it's true, y'all. Like people want to see that you're a real human. They don't want to see that you're some perfect dolled up Barbie. Like there are girls that are working, double shifts that want to be home on their couch eating Doritos just like you are. So show that, show your bad, show your messy house. If you're like, oh, I don't want to go live because I have a diaper in the back or whatever the hell. Y'all, who cares? My boyfriend makes messes every 10 seconds. I can guarantee you there's probably thousands of things on that table and I'm going to go live right here tonight, if not on my living room floor. Okay. Do not care about what other people think about you, because I promise you that when you find your people and you grow this team of people that look up to you and they want, you know what I mean? Like you find your people, like people that you would want to go and have lunch with and dinner with, not just like, oh my God, I want this girl's money. It's a whole other different feeling. You start wanting their goals, right? Their goals are your goals. And that is everything to me, y'all. When anybody gets in my inbox, I want their goals first, right? I want to know what they're here for. Because if they're just here for the money, their mindset is never like, their mindset needs to arrive before the money ever will. So I always figure out, why are you in my inbox? Right? Like, what are you looking for out of this? What are your goals? And then they go up on my dream board right behind me, y'all. And I run for that every single day. So find those people. Don't just think about them as sales. Don't think about, oh my God, would this get me a great sale? No, think about, would these people be people that I would go and sit and have lunch with? When you're following people, think about it that way. Would you go and have dinner with these people? Would you go and hang out with these people at night? Some weird person just drove by. So kind of be intentional when you're growing your network, y'all. Like, is every single person that you add gonna have everything in common with you? Absolutely not. And that's okay. But you're also gonna find people that you get along with that have nothing in common with you, right? You're gonna just find your people that like the same things, think the same things are funny, right? Have the same sense of humor. So go ahead and grow your network for the next 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off. Oh, shoot, I didn't get a picture. Hold on. Polly. I always share the community, y'all. I don't care if I jump on 5 work with me's a day. I share the community because nobody has what we have our hands on as far as leadership. I can promise you that. I have a lot of other friends in network marketing companies and they don't even have a Zoom a week. They might have one a month, maybe one a year, one an ION, not really sure, but they don't have them like we do. I can promise you that. Hazel. Seriously. Come on. It's okay. Give me 1 minute. All right, y'all, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go get ready for this work with me. I'm gonna hang out with Hazel for a little bit and try to tire her out because she's clearly lacking some attention for the past, 40 minutes. It's like the end of the world. So I love y'all. Thanks for hopping on. If you need to go on the opportunity event, I'll just be live on my Facebook. If you have me on Facebook, you'll see me live. If not, go over to my Facebook and you can invite anybody you want. I hope y'all have a good night.